Did you know that in Red Dead Redemption 2, the store owner in Strawberry is hiding a very surprising secret?
No. Now, if you really want to impress the mayor here, I'd pick up some grooming supplies for yourself.
So, the store owner has a wooden leg. After playing Red Dead 2 for well over 100 hours, I never knew about this. Hello and welcome to Hidden Video Game Details. Make sure to leave your suggestions in the comments down below, and if you're feeling extra kind, please consider clicking subscribe if you haven't already. Anyway, without further delay, let's get started. Right, let's begin today's video with the Eggcellent Portal 2. Now, we have covered Portal 2 on this channel before, with perhaps my favourite detail being the time that Wheatley tried to get you to stand still so that he could kill you. Well, revenge is a dish best served cold. So 6 months after Wheatley's devious plan failed, let's finally seek out vengeance. At the start of Chapter 8, Wheatley will start to appear on screens in each test chamber, usually taunting you or bragging about how smart he is. If you want to shut Wheatley up, well, you can't, but you can break his screens, which will start to annoy him.
Ah, bless your little primate brain. I'm not actually in the room with you, am I? Technology. It's complicated. You can't hurt the big old god face. Do you know what I've got too many of around here? Monitors. I was actually thinking earlier today, I wish I had fewer monitors that were working. So you're just helping me really by smashing them. Okay, to clarify, I was being a little bit facetious about that wanting to get rid of monitors thing. They are actually really quite useful, so I do want them around. So if you could just avoid smashing them. Yes, alright, okay. This is getting tiresome. I'm surprised you haven't got something better to do, to be honest. I know I have, but what have you done? You've proven that you can break screens. It's proven. Well done. Factual. Well done. Good. Aren't you, little Miss Clever? Little Miss Smashy Smash?
In my opinion, Wheatley is one of video games' funniest characters, so I love this detail. Now, in the last couple of episodes of this series, we've found some entertaining skeletons in the Fallout series. These skeletons can usually be found in compromising positions and are meant to be found funny. The thing is, Come Deliverance didn't get the memo when it came to putting skeletons in their game. Behind this church, you can find 2 unmarked graves, which is kind of strange as on the other side of the wall is an actual graveyard, so why not just bury them there? Anyway, if we dig up the first grave, we can find this. So this skeleton seems to have a stone in its mouth, while its hands are bound. Now, researchers believe that the reason for burying a body with stones in its mouth was to prevent the body coming back to life as a zombie or vampire. This is probably why the body wasn't buried on church grounds. The other skeleton can be found just a few feet away. If we dig up this grave, we can find this. So this one is very sad. Inside of the larger skeleton, a smaller skeleton can be seen, meaning that when the lady died, she was probably pregnant. Now, Come Deliverance is set during the 15th century, and having children out of wedlock was frowned upon, but I'm not sure that's why she would have been killed. Like I said, compared to the almost comedy skeletons in the Fallout series, the skeletons in Kingdom Come are nowhere near as fun. Next up is Dead Island 2. Now, despite loving Dead Island 2 when it released, I only actually finished the game's main quest last week. Craving more zombie slaying action, I started to tackle the game's mountains of side quests, and that's where I noticed something funny. The Lending a Hand side quest sees you trying to retrieve a bag for a man named Luther. The bag was thrown out as it had begun to stink and was upsetting other survivors. Heading down to the basement, you can find the bag in the trash, but the contents of it are a mystery. Though given it's called Stinking Bag, it's safe to say it doesn't smell good. Well, for a hint on just how bad it does smell, if you walk through the hotel whilst holding the bag, this will happen.
Oh, shit. I think one's gotten in. Hey, you got your gun?
Wait, really? Where?
Yeah, can't you smell that?
Dude, seriously, don't rip one then cover it up with some I smell zombies bullcrap. You deal it, you own it.
You really think I could rip something this bad?
We share a bed, man.
So a couple of the survivors will notice the smell and think that one of them farted. I love this detail because you don't have to walk this way to make it to Luther's room, so there is a chance that people who have completed this quest may have never seen this before. Oh, and for those wondering what was in the bag, it was a severed hand that belonged to Luther's friend. Right, let's end today's video with Starfield. Now, we did cover Starfield in the last episode of this series, where we discovered that stealing a person's sandwich would, perhaps not surprisingly, annoy that person. Well, it turns out that's not the only interesting thing you can find on the game's first planet. In one of the lockers, you can find this. So, be honest, am I reading too much into this? Hand cream and a box of tissues makes me think of one thing, and I hope you guys know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, ask your parents and tell your mum I said hi. So yeah, what do you think? An intentional nod towards a man's special alone time, or just innocent lotion and tissues? Let me know in the comments. Next up is one of my favourite Starfield details that I've found so far. On the planet of Mars, you can find a display that tells you how many hours have passed since the last quote-unquote incident. Now, what an incident is, I couldn't tell you. I mean, is someone getting caught with tissues and lotion an incident? Who knows? But what I do know is that this is definitely an incident.
Hey, you just killed that person in cold blood! Are you insane?
So shooting someone on Mars will cause the incident timer to reset. As it turns out, shooting someone in the head is an incident. Now, like a lot of modern games, Starfield has its own photo mode. Now, me personally, I rarely take photos using a game's photo mode. I'd rather just capture a screenshot. Well, the photo mode in Starfield does give you a reason to use it. If you take photos in the photo mode, there is a chance that these same photos will be used as loading screens. And given that Starfield has quite a few loading screens, there is a good chance that you will see your own photos. The final detail from Starfield is almost certainly not intentional, and depending on when you're watching this video, then it may have been patched out, but it's still really cool. If you head down to the basement whilst in the lodge, you can find a snazzy looking suit locked up in a display. To pick the lock, you need to be a master lock picker, which will take some time to unlock. Pun intended. Well, if you position yourself just right, you can do this. So after peeking through the gap in the glass, you can help yourself to the Mark I suit, which is way better than anything I'd found after nearly 10 hours of gameplay. Like I said, this is almost certainly a bug that will be patched, but it's nice to see a good video game bug for a change. Oh, and I'm almost certainly going to make an entire video on Starfield. So if you have any other suggestions for things to check out, then leave them in the comments. So that's it. If you enjoyed this video, then leaving a like is really appreciated. Be sure to subscribe for more Easter eggs and details from your favourite games. Thank you all for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon.